Talk about a little synchronicity, if you will. I say, you know, I may start doing videos on the way to work or home, because a lot of times something may have happened at night, and I really want to talk about the next day for the next day, rather than make you wait till the evening and that kind of thing, like I talk about, you know, like I do now mainly. Ever since my wife and I have been together, like even before we were married, we would always watch a TV show you may have heard of called Survivor. Just the thing she and I would do. It's on, it's recording, we're gonna go watch it, you know, usually at least halfway through the show or right after that, so we can fast forward through commercials and all that stuff. So we've been doing this since we've been married. Early part of 2000, you know, that's not when we've been married, but we met, I think, in 2001. So right around that time, we watched Survivor. And what I saw last night on Survivor, ABC with the all-seeing eye in the bottom right corner, the little transparent eye, ABC, lets me know the agenda is alive and well. The agenda is rolling on. Trump presidency or not means nothing. The agenda is continuing. What are you talking about? Well, I told my wife years ago, when the whole debate, gay people married, not married, they should, they shouldn't, certain states will allow it, some won't, you know. My wife, who cares, let them get married. I said, Evelyn, it's not just about that. It's not just about, well, they love each other, whatever, let them get married. It's not about that. What do you mean? This is a stepping stone for a much deeper agenda. Mark my words. Like what? You're going to see them come out and tell people pedophilia and other things are completely normal, it's fine. That's the big agenda. That's the big part of this agenda. That's where this leads to. And everything in between leads to that. So a few years went by, and then all of a sudden the transgender thing is huge. And I'm thinking, why is this so huge right now? So few people on the planet, it's a percent of a percent of a percent of a percent of a fraction of a percent. Why would we go out of our way as a society to start building bathrooms and companies and shopping centers specifically transgender, you know, only or whatever, you know, positive? We already have unisex bathrooms. You can go to the mall. There's family bathrooms. Everyone can come in, right? If it's the door's locked, or, you know, there's someone in there. It's a guy, it's a girl, a man, a woman, a family, gay, lesbian, whatever's in there is in there. We already have it. So why would we go out of our way, already having that kind of bathroom, to create a new type of bathroom for transgender people? Doesn't make sense, does it? But I noticed, and it's been a couple years since the first article came out, a pretty large website known as salon.com posts an article about pedophilia, and we're just normal people, we're not evil, we're not bad people, we're normal. That's what the article was for. And then I saw another place, and I don't remember where it was at this point, or if it was like on, you know, someone being quoted on the news or something, you know, some higher up somewhere, saying the same thing. We're just humans and And I remember doing a video a number of years ago while Greece was in one of its collapsing stages. Not even sure which one now. And the lawmakers over there pass a law, again, broke as hell Greece. The lawmakers pass a law that says if you are gay, lesbian, etc., you're basically disabled. You are disabled, and you can collect disability essentially, just for being gay. So again, I said, Evelyn, I told you this whole gay marriage thing was nothing but a stepping stone for much deeper and darker things, if you will, to come. Mainly the pedophilia stuff. So I'm watching Survivor last night, and I happen to know, since a few episodes ago, on this season, this season, that there's now 3 gay men all in one episode. Now that's interesting. There's 3 gay men out of a total of, I don't even know how many people in there, 20 or something to begin with, or 30, I don't remember. 15, I'm just trying to think, 7, 20 something, whatever it is. But that's a lot of gay men to be in one episode when there are millions and millions and millions of people trying to get in on that show. Not that it matters. Again, I'm not here to bash gay men because they're on the show. I'm just showing you I'm a statistics guy. I'm a statistics. What are the chances, statistically speaking, 3 gay people would be on the show at the same time? You might say, well, there's a lot of gay people. Now, we're not talking about trannies. We're talking about gay people. Okay. And they happen to be on previous episodes, and they all combined for this episode. So this particular episode, by the way, you didn't get the chance to say, I want to be on the show, send in a letter or whatever. Email, can I be on the show? No. They already picked previous players from other episodes to bring back on the show. And again, they happen to be 3 gay men. And this is the kicker here. They go to tribal council to vote out somebody. And one of the gay men is deciding, I'm staying in this game. I'm going out with a massive bang because I think they're going to vote for me tonight, and I need to switch this onto somebody else. And the younger gay man, who he said in the previous episode to him, I think he was actually talking to him, maybe they're on the same episode, or he was talking to somebody. No, he was talking to somebody. Well, I don't think it was him on the previous episode, or previous season. Matter of fact, I think it was just last season. And he said, you know, you're gay, well, I'm gay. So there was already 2 gay guys on that show. And he let him know, because nobody knew yet he was gay. He just said, hey, look, I'm, just so you know, I'm gay. He's like, oh my God, we hug it out, we're both gay, all right, yeah. So it now is known to the world that this young man is gay. He said it himself. And when the TV cameras are on you in Survivor, the whole world knows. So clearly not a problem. So this episode, this other gay guy is trying to do anything he can to stay in the game. It's tribal council time. It's time to vote. We're going to get someone out of here. He wants to stay. So he tells everybody, look, there's been deception here, and I'm going to uncover it tonight. And this guy over here, Ozzy and him, his name is Zach, I think. Ozzy and Zach, they've been colluding. And you 3, you're next to go. You're at the bottom. They act like they didn't have a plan, and this is the plan, yada, yada, yada. So everyone's like, oh my gosh. Like, oh my gosh, we need to vote Ozzy out tonight. That's what the perception all of a sudden is. We need to vote Ozzy out. That's what we're going to do. We're going to vote this guy out. And even before tribal council, some of them were already saying, I think we need to vote Ozzy. He's too tough of a player. And it was like 50-50. And that's what he starts talking about. It's about 50-50 now, but, there's the deception, and it's on the gay guy. He's deceiving you. And goes on to rant a bit about how he's doing it and this and that. And he goes, oh, but wait, there's more. And Jeff Probst, the host of the show, do tell. Go ahead, continue. Zach hasn't been fully telling everyone everything about it, himself. He's deceiving you. He's also transgender. And, he's happy about blowing the whistle on this. Now, I'm hearing this and I'm thinking, what in the hell does that have to do with anything in the game? Like, you're going to go out the bank, that's going to convince people all of a sudden to do your plan and vote out Ozzy. Or, which his plan has now shifted, to vote out Zach. I want you to vote out Zach was his plan now. Zach being the transgender. But last season he was gay. And he looks like a man. Got mustache, full beard. I mean. So, I'm like, what in the hell is going on here? It served no purpose. So instantaneously, the other people at Tribal Council start getting really upset. How could you attack him like that? Crying, and that was way below the belt. You didn't need to do that. That didn't, And maybe they were sincere about it, because I think they just got played too. I think they may have just gotten played too. So I'm watching this, taking mental notes immediately. Where is this going? Let's continue watching. And the guy who said it against him all of a sudden is now apologetic. I didn't mean it that way. Don't make me look out to be like I'm something I'm not. And Jeff Probst is like, too late, you know, sorry. So now Jeff is saying things to him directly during a tribal council vote out that could possibly persuade the other people to just vote this guy out now. Jeff Probst is the host. He should never, and has to date never, said anything or suggested anything to get one person voted out or another. He was always, you know, impartial to either side, and simply, if someone said something, he would go on that and talk about it. And then, I saw your facial expression. You want to talk about that? Okay, what did you think about what he said? You know. Now Jeff Probst is like sticking his head in there, giving a little ammo for people to vote him out. So that's interesting. The whole time, the cameras, as if they already knew this was going to happen, are zoomed in on that young man's face to see his facial expression of devastation. That the whole world knows not only is he gay, he's transgender. Which flipped me out. How do you be gay and transgender? Which I'm going to get to in a second, because this is a few levels higher than I ever thought a person could go on thinking of where the hell this stuff goes. Gay, transgender, but you can't do that because if you are, we'll get into that in a second. And his facial expression is just almost the riffraff face that I get. You know the riffraff face when I asked you, riffraff, did you do that? It was almost the riffraff face, but not quite. And he's just staring. And Jeff Probst is like, he's usually very vibrant, he's very vocal at tribal council, and he'd look at him. He's just like he was just, his life, he's just devastated. And the other guy now is upset. I shouldn't have said it. I take it back. I'm sorry. I love you. Look, I'm gay, and you know, anybody knows, you know, you're better than me, and you know that. And I don't know. And then the girl, the lady cop that was on last season, she's crying now. I've never seen anybody do such a despicable thing to somebody. She's crying, and I've grown as a human on this game, and like, what in the hell is going on? So, back to statistics. Considering that transgender people are a massive fraction of a 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 percent, how did one make it on the show in the first place? Because he said he was gay last season, but that really means he was transgender, just still hiding that fact. What are the chances? Again, statistically speaking, I'm going to give you the answer. You have a far better chance of winning the lottery multiple times than that happening by chance. Which means they wanted a transgender on the show on purpose. And the people who run Survivor knew this about him one way or the other and said, that's the guy. But maybe he asked to be on the show. Of course, they don't just reach out to you. And everybody else got weeded out because we have an agenda, and we're handpicking this one for sure to be on the show. And we're going to bring him back in another episode when we plan the ousting of his transgenderism. And when I saw it play out last night, when it was done, I said, Evelyn, that was an agenda. They did that on purpose. And when they left, and she's like, I know, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. You're right. There's no way that just happened by chance and that he ousted him like that. It served no purpose whatsoever. I think we've just been played. Correct. And they made that guy who called him out, which again was stupid to do in the first place, but they made him look so bad last night. I hope they paid him a ton of money, because he's going to pay for that the rest of his life for treating him that way. And everybody on there was yelling at him. And Jeff Probst even was pretty upset with the guy. And then at the end, finally, when it's time to vote, something they've never ever done on any season that I've ever, at least that I've seen. And if they have, you can correct me. But I know it didn't go the same way. I'll tell you that much. Where Jeff Probst says, well, it's normally time to vote, but is it safe to say there's a unanimous consensus tonight that somebody's going home tonight for sure? And everyone kind of shook their head, yeah. And he goes, is it safe to say it's him? You know, the guy who ousted the other gay transgender. And then the people started slowly each shaking their head, yes. Okay, your tribe has spoken, you know, you're gone. I said, did I just watch Jeff Probst, host of the show, tell them by suggesting, in other words, if I ask right now, should we vote him out, and you are one of the people that say no, he deserves to be in the game and we deserve to vote, you're gonna look like a moron. When everybody else said yes, we should vote, because of the absolute despicable thing he did by trying to use this guy's transgenderism against him on national TV. Oh, I can't go against that. I'm going to have to say yes too, even though I feel like the rules of the game are the rules of the game, and I should say no, we need to vote because that's the rules of the game. Even though we're all going to vote unanimously, we still need to follow the rules. No, we're going to break the rules because Jeff Probst suggested we do so, and then he also suggested the particular person we're going to vote out, as if it wasn't obvious. I couldn't believe what I was watching. And then right before he's voted out, him and the gay transgender guy, they're hugging it out, they're happy, and after the devastation on his face, you know, being called out, all of a sudden, just moments later, before we even get to that point of voting, which never happened, he's happy, he's smiling, he's cheerful again, he's talking, it's okay, no really, it's okay, I'm fine, it had to come out eventually, I'm totally fine with myself, I'm fine with everything, it's good, it's good, it's good. Completely fine. I'm talking the devastation face turned to normal Zach or whatever his name is on every other episode, happy, you know, doing his thing to try to vote, you know, get the votes and stuff in his favor for tribal council coming up, whatever, like anybody does, but, you know, happy-go-lucky, everything's good. Like a light switch turned on. Get the F out of here. If that was truly devastating that your face showed it was at the beginning, you would not instantaneously flip to I'm completely fine and happy now. So, if you, and the whole time they kept calling him, and he did this, and him, and he, and Jack, and he. Full-blown mustache, full-blown beard. Looks like a guy to me, and my wife's like, didn't he have his shirt off in some episodes, and he had a flat chest and everything, like, you know, like normal? Like, wouldn't that have shown? And I'm like, you know, yeah, that's a good point. It's like, I'm pretty sure he had his shirt off a few times, like, you would have noticed, right? You know, breast or something. I said, well, yeah. You would have thought. But maybe he's in the process because he said, yeah, but the process is, he said, yeah, I'm trans, and then the process, but the process takes a long time. There's parts you got to go through, you know, stages. So maybe he recently decided, I want to be a girl, a female. Maybe he really is a he, boy, male, wants to be a girl. Not really sure. But I thought, well, maybe he was a girl. Now he's a guy because he said he's gay, he likes other men. But you can't be gay if you were a girl at birth, which means you're really a girl and you like guys. This is very confusing. But maybe he was born a guy and likes guys, so he's currently gay, but he's becoming a transgender to become a girl who still likes guys, but would still technically make him gay because he was born a guy. But if the whole society accepts him as a girl, then maybe he won't be gay, because he'll be a female loving a guy. What in the hell is going on in this wicked, evil society of ours, where we promote pedophilia? It's good. We're not evil people. We build bathrooms for people who might be women and men who, as I said, there's a bigger agenda, and no sooner does Target say we're going to get on with that agenda, a peeping Tom, he/she, whatever, tranny, peeps over the damn top of a bathroom when a woman's little girl was in the bathroom using the bathroom and came out terrified to tell her mom instantly. This guy, whoever came in there, was looking over the thing at me when I was peeing. Mom flips out, happens to be a transgender, using the new rules Target put in place thanks to Obama and the club, the agenda. He's not in trouble. He's allowed to. Now, of course, you're not allowed to peep and Tom over a bathroom stall. And I'm not really sure whatever happened with that particular case, but it happened instantaneously. Oh, we're allowed in there. And I thought, again, why are we pushing an agenda that never had to be pushed? A transgender person, which most of the time, not always, but most of the time is a man wanting to become a woman. Most of the time. Not always. Most of the time. And I've seen video, pictures, things like that. Well, I'll go ahead and say it. Some hot-ass women. They look good. Oh. Feel a little bit sick now. That's actually a man. Tricked you. Ooh. Okay, you got me. In other words, beautiful-looking woman that never in a million years would you have ever guessed this was a man. So if that's the case, you look like a woman, you dress like a woman, you're acting like a woman, you go to the women's bathroom to use the bathroom, even though you still may sit, or maybe you'll stand and go pee, like a man, normally. No one would know. There'd be no issue. There'd be no news media. There'd be nothing, because nobody would have known it ever happened. But we had to make a massive issue out of it in this country, under the Obama administration, of course. And remember, Donald Trump came in immediately, took all that transgender stuff, everything off the White House immediately. Get that out of here. So Donald Trump does not appear to be down with that kind of stuff. But what I saw last night tells me, and again, ABC, it plays on ABC with the little eyeball in the corner the whole time. The all-seeing eye there for your pleasure. The agenda continues. And they tried to slip one past us yesterday, but some of us know all too well their little games and antics and can see right through it. Which is why I'm doing this video today. And again, about the what did I call, synchronicity and whatnot? What are the chances that I said yesterday, I'm thinking about doing a video either on the way to work, like, riding to work with Jason for a little episode, and or way home, same kind of thing, because things happen at night after I'm done doing my videos, and I don't want to go downstairs and turn everything back on, do another video. So I'll just email it to myself, and then for the next day I'll do the video then. So it'll be that night, which means the next day. So you're gonna wait 2 days to hear something I really wanted to tell you the first day, or the night and then the morning of. So I'm telling you, I'd like to start doing this now. So maybe I'll do 2 videos at night, and then one on the way to work, or one on the way back home, and then release it later, that kind of a thing. Even though I did do 3 videos today, normally, because I just had a few things to talk about. No sooner do I say this, I watched Survivor. It came on last night. We watched it last night. And this happens. To where I can't wait to wake up and tell you about what I discovered on one of my wife and I's favorite TV shows to watch together as a couple. It's our thing to do. There's not a chance in hell that happened by coincidence last night. They demonized anybody who thought anything bad about transgenderism. That was the moral of the story. You ousted him like it was a horrible thing for him to be transgender. You used that to try to get votes. So I hope they paid him a lot of money to come on the show, knowing he's not going to win, he's going to play his role. And he says, I don't care, because the money I'm going to be getting from playing this role is equal to or higher, or just enough money that he doesn't care, maybe $500,000, I have no idea. But I think, my opinion, I think that's what happened. Someone got paid to put a massive scene on Survivor last night, which is now going to be viewed today. It's going to be all over the internet. It's going to be everywhere. The revenue will have shot up for Survivor, at least that particular episode. People will be watching it, streaming it today right off their website. If they missed it, I got to see this. Oh my gosh. But the moral of that story at the end of the show, demonize anybody who thinks anything negative about transgenderism. I saw right through it. I saw the fake acting, the devastated look. He just stood there like this. Jeff Probst, look at him. He can't even speak. He's devastated right now. You said that. And then moments later, it's clicked off like a light switch was flipped. He's happy. He's the normal Zach or Zeke or whatever his name is. Zeke. I think it's Zeke. And no problem. No, it's fine. It's fine. No, I'm good. So again, what are you? Were you born a man? You're still a man. In the process now of becoming a woman, but you're gay because you like men. But after you switch to being a woman and you feel fully womanized, then you won't be gay because you'll like men and you want to be a woman. Or maybe you'll still, because you're transgender, you could be whatever you want to be. Remember the old chorus? Be what you want to be in the army. You could be what you want to be on Survivor TV. Transgender. I don't know what the hell's going on this freaking planet, but I'm telling you right now, listen. If there happens to be any extraterrestrial listeners, viewers of my videos, and you've had enough, and you want to go back home, which is far away from this solar system, and you have a little extra room on your spaceship for five additional, hit me up. I'm sure you know exactly where I live with your highly superior intelligence. Hit me up. Come get me. We're ready. And by the way, will I have a need for my silver, or should I just leave it with my papa? Let me know. Take care.